Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents Oh My God, the biggest moments in WWE and AEW history and other professional wrestling related history in 2022. Thank you all for watching. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dixon. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we got a lot to get to, so let's get started with the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Oh My God moments of 2022. Yes, we're gonna start out with this. Imagine you once leaving a company and you feel like you're not getting the creative direction. But that whole year, you go to different companies, you be a journeyman, and finally, a couple of years later, you start your own company. You found your own company with other different wrestlers, but you have an owner, a backer that helps build that foundation, and you become the main attraction. But as time progresses, you kind of feel frustrated that you're not on top of the card. But what had happened? You go back to the company that you originally wanted changed in the first place. Well, that happened with Cody Rhodes. As Cody Rhodes did the impossible, he left AEW and rejoined WWE. As I said that statement, Cody Rhodes has main evented. Once he returned to WWE, he instantly got in a program with Seth Rollins. They had a trilogy of matches from WrestleMania to WrestleMania Backlash to Hell in a Cell, the infamous Hell in a Cell match that gained them five-star praise. And Cody Rhodes had that torn pectoral muscle, but he's out. But I look forward to see Cody Rhodes coming back sooner rather than later. Soon, sometime beginning of the year, you know what I mean. So we'll keep an eye on that. Also, too, um, Big E. Yes, Big E, the former WWE champion. He started off the year as the champion. He lost it on the first day of the year as champion to Brock Lesnar. Big E got regulated to become back with his tag team compadres, the New Day. But Big E broke his neck in Birmingham, and it was a heartfelt message to Big E. A lot of people from Twitter, social media, gave heartfelt messages to Big E that his speedy, long recovery. And who knows, maybe we might see Big E coming back sometime soon, probably, perhaps with the Royal Rumble, just like him and Cody. So hey, we'll see that. Also, too, Shane McMahon came back at the Royal Rumble. Speaking of Royal Rumbles, he came back to make a once appearance. We thought he was going to set up for his WrestleMania match, but Shane caused problems in the Royal Rumble and outside the Royal Rumble. Shane McMahon now no longer with WWE after he had that falling out with his father and a couple of WWE producers, notably Jamie Noble, that showed Shane McMahon's bad attitude that night. And Shane McMahon wanted to do what he wanted to do. Also, too, what an amazing comeback! After 19 years off the ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin made his return at WrestleMania when he took on Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens issued the challenge to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Steve Austin accepted on the KO show, and they had a big brawl. Stone Cold won his match and got his WrestleMania moment, and it was like almost 19 years of the date that Stone Cold Steve Austin, who got defeated by The Rock in 2003, came back in 2022 and won his match. So it was a WrestleMania moment. All right. Speaking of that, AEW moment. We talked about Cody leaving AEW. What about this? MJF, the current AEW champion, before he became champion, he had a skating pipe bomb promo. MJF didn't hold back. He talked about Cody Khan holding him back. He talked about the year 2024 when he wants to negotiate between WWE and AEW to retain his services. MJF did that impossible, and MJF did the impossible when he defeated John Moxley late this year to become the AEW champion. So, like, speaking of world champions, Roman Reigns announced that he became a part-time. He signed a new deal. Roman Reigns is currently the undisputed Universal Champion. Roman Reigns has a lot of time on his hands, and he has free time on his hands. Roman Reigns now became a part-time rather than full-time. He wrestles when he wants to wrestle, and will maybe you might see early, throughout this week, Roman will compete this week on SmackDown, teaming up with Sami Zayn to take on John Cena and Kevin Owens. So we hope to see that. Speaking of that, one of the bombshells earlier in the middle of this year, in May, Sasha Banks and Naomi, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions at that time, walked out on WWE. It was shocking. It was stunning. We didn't see this coming. They went to then head of town relations office, John Laurinaitis, and dropped their belts and took their ball and went home. Sasha Banks and Naomi haven't been in WWE ever since because of changes that they were supposed to be wrestling Bianca Belair and the other champion Ronda Rousey one-on-one, and they didn't like that creative direction, so they took their ball and went home. Hopefully, we get the news that Sasha Banks may be not coming back to WWE. She may want to try her hands outside WWE with New Japan Pro Wrestling. We don't know the details about Naomi yet, but hopefully we'll find out sooner rather than later. Speaking of that, something that was a big bombshell that no one didn't expect. Mr. Vince McMahon, the then former chairman and CEO, head of WWE Creative, had retired due to sexual misconduct. Vince McMahon, the head who created all the wrestling stuff, had to step down from his duties as chairman of the board. Vince McMahon had hush money payments. He was paying women out for their sexual favors. And Vince McMahon got caught up. And now Vince McMahon is saying that he wants to come back because he feels bored. And now he said he wished he would have died away. But Vince McMahon, if you truly love WWE, to stay away from WWE. It's just me saying stuff. But speaking of Vince, Stephanie would replace Vince as the new chairwoman of WWE. Now, Stephanie McMahon, the new chairwoman and co-CEO, along with Nick Khan, Triple H will be running head of creative. What a creative shift during mid-July, Vince McMahon decided that he wanted to step away. Also, too, what a match, what a moment. CM Punk wins the AEW World title. Yeah, CM Punk wins the AEW title. And CM Punk, he won it from Heyman Adam Page. It was that. But it was drama behind the scenes where CM Punk had called out Heyman Adam Page, the Elite, them being vice presidents. CM Punk felt like the Elite was trying to take away the one thing he loved, and that was wrestling. So CM Punk made a point during the media scrum, and there was an all-out media scrum, to call out all the Elites, and it led to, after the media scrum, a backstage brawl between CM Punk and the Elite. A lot of people got hurt and harmed, which caused the Elite getting suspended, CM Punk getting suspended. Now the Elite is reinstated, trying to go back for the titles that they didn't lose, and CM Punk hasn't been heard from. He's been making rare appearances, but he hasn't been making his post AEW appearance in a long time. So hey, it is what it is. What a 2022 it was. And finally, social influencer, YouTuber Logan Paul. Logan Paul shocked the world when he stepped in the ring at WrestleMania. When he teamed up with The Miz to take on the team of the Mysterios. Miz and Logan Paul won their match. But at the end, Logan Paul got backstabbed by Miz at the end, getting a skull crushing finale. Well, we thought that was the end of Logan Paul, but it was just the beginning. Logan Paul came back this summer and tried to get revenge on The Miz. He did so at SummerSlam. Logan Paul defeated The Miz at SummerSlam to get the 1, 2, 3 after their revenge at WrestleMania. That didn't stop there. Logan Paul even went further. Logan Paul, in his third match, was granted a WWE Undisputed Championship match against Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Logan Paul showed that night true tenacity, ability, and he's just above all. Could be one day a great wrestler, and he is. He showed his aerial moves and stuff, and Logan Paul didn't disappoint. So Logan Paul now, we don't know what's the future may hold for Logan Paul, but hey, we're here to say that Logan Paul may be just up there, coming up sooner rather than you think. He picks up like a sponge, so that's good for Logan Paul. So hey, that's our number one pick. All right, thank you all for watching this edition of Oh My God, the the best and worst moments of WWE and AEW moments of 2022. I've been your host, Cody Dick, saying so long, and thank you for watching. This is a special edition of Pro Wrestling Show. Hope to see you in 2023. See you later.